Hi there, my name is Amanda Hill from the Social Media Cafe, and in this video we're going to look at returns settings. So you're going to have two different spaces for returns. You're going to have merchant fulfilled returns and Amazon fulfilled returns. Let's take a look at what merchant fulfilled returns looks like first. I have mine fixed to the top here, but you can go and find yours from over here, and you can go down. Let me just get this little thing out of the way so I can do this. So you can go down and you can find where your returns is in orders, and you can see manage returns there. As you can see, I've got mine pinned to the top. So this is where you set up all of your returns for your business. Now you will get returns. People change their minds, they try and take the mick out of things like this particular one, or they just don't read the listing. So you're going to need to set it up on how and what, but this is where you're going to see them, and obviously you want to keep an eye on the performance of them as well. So if it's merchant fulfilled, it's set up for auto. So that means they're going to go to Amazon and say, I'd like to return this. And you will have set in your return settings what and where and when. If you haven't, probably want to go and do that now. Now, dependent on what they pick, and this is one of them, they will not pay for the label. That doesn't mean it's the end of it. It means that if they've deliberately misled Amazon for a free returns label, you can claim it back when you refund them, if it comes back in saleable condition. If it was your fault or there is a genuine issue with it, then obviously you have to refund all of it. But let's go and have a look at the return settings and see what it is. Now, if you're selling abroad, obviously you've got to go and do it for all of the countries, and some of them have very specific things like paid labels and the like. So I've enrolled in the United Kingdom's one, and I've set it at unpaid label. However, Amazon will automatically give a prepaid label, which you'll see the cost for when you see your deductions. Now, they've only got certain ways they can get that for free. And sadly, many people will play the system and try and do that because they don't want to be paying for it. So as I've said, when it gets returned, if it's saleable, then obviously you can get part of that back, but you are not liable for anything for change of mind returns. So sort it out. Get it set to whatever you are able to do, and I have a comment here that goes on to every return that's authorised. So I would suggest that you pick your words carefully and basically set the scene for what's going to happen next. So let's look at what happens with the Amazon inventory. So I've just gone on to manage all inventory. And there's a section on unfulfillable inventory. So you have a space on here where you can do auto removal settings, and that's what you should be doing. I kind of like to know when stuff comes back, what happens to it and what it looks like. So I like to see what that looks like. So I can confirm my settings, and I can ask it to come back to me. So you're going to need to enable it, and then you're going to need to decide what you're going to do with it. Now, some companies will do furbishment, grade and resale, or liquidations. Personally, I'd like it returning, and you can schedule when it's going to come back and where to, with a particular link on it. Now, these are for all unfulfillables, and quite often anything that has become a return, so a customer said it's not fit for purpose or varying other things, quite often the only reason they've said that is because they don't want it and don't want to pay the return for it. The chances are it's 100% resellable, and sadly, they have just played the Amazon system. There are going to be times when things are not going to be fulfillable. If it's been sent back as they don't want it and they have paid the return on it, the chances are it's 100% resellable. So this is where you're going to enable that, and I would suggest you do it to ensure anything that comes back, you're rescuing stuff that can be resold, and also you are stopping things going into a perpetual cycle. Hopefully that's been helpful.